Julian, thank you so much for jumping on with me today. I been working with you for quite some time now, and have had you on a lot of transactions where you've been the transaction coordinator, and I have been super happy. You are always on top of everything, and I wanted to kind of put this out to all my people and let them know how great you are.
Yeah, thank you.
so.
No, I'm happy to.
How did you end up getting started in this?
Um, so first of all, thank you for having me, and also everybody. Chris is awesome as well. I love working with this team. So how I got into this was I actually was doing my own transaction coordination for myself at first. For my first 3 or 4 deals, I did it on my own, and I thought, this is something kind of cool. I like coordinating stuff. I like staying organized. And then I just eventually became on the team that I was on for real estate. I eventually became their official transaction coordinator. And it just went from there, and I decided to start my own business. So that's where I am.
Nice. What's the name of it?
That's ClipDocs Transaction Coordination. So ClipDocs,
Nice. And
CLIPDOCS.
probably one of the coolest logos in the business
Yeah,
that you got. How
absolutely.
much did you spend on that thing?
$10 is really, they asked.
It's so it stands out. It's really nice.
Oh
Like I
yeah, I
like it.
love it. I love it. And
Yeah.
if Christina, if you could show them everyone the logo on the screen.
Yeah, for sure. um, and then, so how long have you been doing this? So you said you started off as a real estate agent. When did you start?
So I started off as a real estate agent 3 years ago in October. So I started off just trying to sell homes, trying to see if it'd be the job for me. I feel like maybe there was something a little bit more for me after figuring out what I want to do. So that's transaction coordination. So yeah, 3 years in the game. I still am a real estate agent. I sell for families and friends right now, but it's
Right.
full transaction coordination for sure.
Awesome. And then, so that being said, if you're a licensed agent, I mean, as a transaction coordinator and a licensed agent, do you write contracts for people? Like, or is that not what you do?
I'm not allowed to do negotiation stuff. However, if they're in the brokerage I'm with, so I'm with Keller Williams Oak Grove, I
Mhm.
do have some flexibility there where I can help agents, help them write contracts, but more of a technical standpoint, not really negotiation. I'm
Yeah.
coaching team at Keller Williams. I help coach transactions through transaction coordination for new agents that have new deals coming in here and there. So that's what I do.
Nice. And then what do you do? What do you do differently than other transaction coordinators?
Something I do differently. Well, the thing that I do differently, and I think it attests to all the business that has been rolling in recently, is I put an emphasis on transaction design. I like to bring timelines and updates into the modern world with automation, sophisticated email templates, and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I attest to it. And the biggest thing is custom real estate transactions. So a lot of agents like to set themselves apart. I feel like it's huge, especially for real estate teams. So many TCs, I'm not going to bag on any TCs. I love all the other TCs that I work with on the other side. It's great.
Yeah.
They all do a great job. However, every single one of their transactions look the same. And what I like to do is bring the branding from the agent into the transaction, whether it's in the timeline, the fonts, the any design, any graphics they want to add in there, if they want to add videos and stuff like that into the middle of the transaction. Like if they finish the inspections, a video gets automatically sent to their client saying, hey, your inspections are done. Here are the next steps. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not just documents. It's not just timelines anymore. It's putting the agent into the transaction without the agent having to be in the transaction. So that's
Nice.
what I do differently.
I love that. Now you cut your teeth with probably one of the best teams in all of real estate, most well run,
Mhm.
like super smart about everything they do. Did you pick up any keys from the Gold Group when you were doing this?
Picked up any keys from the Gold Group? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's their culture, which is one of the reasons why I want to do this kind of stuff. It's because they're so creative, right? They're so
Yeah.
creative in marketing and they just want everything to look clean, very precise, but also to keep it the gold group, right? And so
Yes.
that's where my business stemmed from. It's that culture, like every agent wants to set themselves apart. So that's
Yes.
I provide to other agents. And I'm not copying the gold group, but because every agent's different, right? So
Yeah.
bringing that creativity and bringing that branding to other agents, it's all equal opportunity, right?
Yeah. So I mean, like, if you were to take that and let's say you got Mr. Smith, the agent,
Mhm.
and he had a specific look about everything, you're basically creating that look that he's portraying as well.
Exactly, exactly. So let's say, for example, he wants that intro email that I send out. You've seen it before. Every TC has their own intro. It's going to look like a newsletter, right?
Yeah.
It's going to have his colors. It's going to have his logo at the top. And I'm going to
Love
say,
it.
I am the transaction coordinator for so-and-so team. I don't say I'm Julian Aguilar, the owner of ClipDocs transaction coordination. I say I'm this team's transaction coordinator. And so that's
I
it.
love it. I love it. It makes even a single agent look like he's like or she's amazing, right?
We love that, and the clients love it too.
Yeah.
I think it makes a big difference when an agent's client sees that, and they're like, okay, we picked the right person. They have their stuff all set up. It looks very professional, clean, and it's all branded. We picked the right agent, stuff like that.
Nice. And what other services do you offer besides I mean, do you wash cars? Do you no, I'm kidding.
So a couple of things I do offer on the side are offer management. So a lot of agents don't have time well, I mean, there's a lot of contracts that go through when you have a listing. So a lot of properties get 10 plus offers sometimes, maybe less, maybe even more. But at some point, it's going to be hard to keep track of all of those contracts. And so what I do is I gather all those contracts and I put it into a system that I actually created myself. It scans the documents and puts it into a spreadsheet, and then turns the spreadsheet into a pretty little sheet that has their logos and brandings and stuff like that for
Yeah.
the client to review and compare and contrast every important detail of every offer instead of looking at contracts. So it's
Nice.
a lot easier. Another thing that I offer is TC training. I typically only do this for real estate teams. So if you are looking for a TC to work in-house, however, they're not very experienced and you want them to do stuff in a specific way, I help those transaction coordinators get accustomed to working with you. And plus, I also add those custom real estate transactions into their repertoire. So that means even if you already have a TC and you want custom real estate transactions, I could still help you out. So
Nice. I like it. I like it. So TC wise, like what do you charge per do you charge per file? Do you charge like how do you break it down?
I do charge per file. Everything's per file as well. Even if I'm training your transaction coordinator, it's still per file. So I'm charging between 400 and 450 per transaction, depending on if it's a listing or a buyer, or if it's a dual transaction. So I do negotiate my prices as well. So not every agent needs everything that I offer. So I have everything itemized. And so an agent can actually pick and choose what they want me to do and what they don't want me to do. And then we'll come up with the price from there.
So do you have like a menu that you can share?
I do. I do have a menu that I could share. It's very
Okay.
simple. It's some things the prices change a lot as well, depending on what they want me to do. And a lot of agents do actually end up paying like 600 plus to work with me, just because
Okay.
they want me to do more things. So there's even items on there that they could add on top of that. So
Nice. It's like a massage. You're like, hey, I want the real scrub. Right.
exactly. And then what do I charge for the custom real estate transaction? So we'll have a consultation, and depending on what you need, if it's very simple and you just want your logo on there, I'm not going to charge you anything. Just promise to work with me. But if
Yeah.
you're very sophisticated and you want different things here and there, videos and stuff like that, we could come up with the price. So the price is up in the air for that.
Now, you put a lot of work into mimicking and going along with their stuff, right? Do you charge like a setup fee or anything? You know what I mean? Like an initial setup and then plus a profile, or how does that work?
So it is there. There is initial setup fee. Again, a lot of it's always different for every agent. Uh,
Okay.
so the most I've charged was probably $800 for a setup fee, just because they added hundreds of stuff to every transaction.
Okay.
There's,
Okay.
automatic texts, automatic emails, automatic
Okay.
themselves into their assistant and their administrator, stuff like
Wow.
that. So
Wow,
that's
that's pretty slick. So you have like a kind of a CRM that will do a lot of this stuff for you?
I do. And if you guys are wondering what it is, listeners, it's called Open to Close. OpenToClose.com. It's a very sophisticated transaction coordination website. However, I put my own spin on it because I'm experienced in coding. And so the emails that I create is, or the branded stuff that I create is actually specific to only me doing, because you can't do it on the website. You have to code it in yourself. So that's what I do.
Okay. Nice. I wouldn't know how to do any of that. Like I would call you and pay you to do it for me. I love it, dude. I love it. And then, so do you work with big team, only teams? Do you work with individual? Like who do you work with?
I work with a whole bunch of individual agents, probably 40 individual agents. And then as far as teams, I work with 4 teams right now. But yeah, I do prefer to work with teams. However, I love working with individual agents because my biggest point for transaction coordination is those custom real estate transactions.
Yeah.
Because when you have a team, your branding is almost one of the number one things on your team. So that's why I love doing the whole team setup.
Nice.
For regular transactions, I mean, obviously, they need to be done, and we do them. I do have my own unbranded transaction coordination that I put into those ones.
Okay.
In case they need it, we go ahead and do the consultation for the setup.
Nice. Nice. I like it. And then, so the past 2 years, you've been doing this. I mean, as you know, and as everybody that's going to watch this video knows, it's been an unbelievable market the past 2 years.
Right.
Lots and lots and lots and lots of deals coming in. How were you able to juggle that much business and as a one man or a 1.5 man show or a 1.75 3/4 of a man show, and still get everything done for the agents?
So that's a great question. I leverage a lot of automation. Probably 50% of a transaction that I do is automated. As
Nice.
long as I have all my dates correct and all of the deadlines correct, all of those reminders will be sent on their own. And if an agent sends me a specific document, the Open to Close will go ahead and send an update to the client that we received this or we received that. And I do now have an assistant who works on file management.
That's the 3/4 of a guy I was talking about.
Exactly. So he doesn't work all the time. He's part-time.
Yeah.
However, the file management is huge. There's thousands of files that go through my computer every month. And just having someone to organize them and make sure they're going to the right place is a job on its own. And so
Yeah.
that's how I stay efficient there. So I never have to worry about organizing any of the documents. It's all taken care of by my assistant. So.
Awesome. Awesome. So, where would one track you down? What is your contact information, all that kind of stuff, if they wanted to hire you?
So if you guys want to put it on the screen too right now, that'd be great. So my phone number is 818-261-3225. Julian at clipdocs.net is my email. You could also follow me on Instagram. It's julian.agent or
Okay.
clip.docs is my.
And then, would you do me a favor too? And anybody that reaches out to you through this, send them over your menu and all that kind of stuff. And so just so they can get a glimpse of everything there is about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a whole sheet for that. If anyone reaches out, I'll definitely send that out.
Awesome.
Actually, I'll have a link as well. I'll also provide a link to a consultation Calendly, and you guys could go ahead and set up whenever you want to set up a time and day to meet with me in person
Cool.
at a coffee shop or on Zoom for 10-15 minutes. I'll just go over what I do differently, how I could help you, and see if we're a good match.
Awesome. Awesome. Julian, thank you so much for jumping on with me. I'm going to have all this stuff. I'll have all your contact information put on this thing. And then I would say definitely if you guys are in need of a TC, please reach out to Julian. He is awesome. I've referred him a few people. I know a lot of people that he's worked with in the past, and everybody's been super happy. So if you guys need anything, please reach out to me for any lending questions, Julian for any TC stuff. My phone number 916-799-3256. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
See you, buddy.